man could treat you like a side chick and you be his only chick. He looks like Ghost from Power. I'm not exactly proud of what happened, but oh my god, girl. Hey guys, and I'm back with another video, and I'm here to give you the story time that I promised you. So today we're going to be talking about, wait, hold up, sorry.
Santa baby, slip a sable under the tree for me. I've been an awful good girl, Santa baby. Hurry down the chimney tonight. Santa baby, 54 convertible to light blue. I'll wait up for you, dear Santa baby. Hurry down the chimney tonight.
Namaste. So let's get into this video. So today I'm going to be telling you about the time your girl got a private investigation report on my boyfriend. Now I know you're thinking to yourself like, oh my god, girl, for real? Yes. Yes, I am that crazy, and I'm not exactly proud of what happened, but it's whatever. Like, it's whatever. This is life. Life happens, and let me grease my lips because I can see that they're ashy. Yes. So I'm gonna do my makeup or whatever, and we're gonna chat. Cool. Now, I know you're thinking to yourself like, Zion, stop. I know you're thinking to yourself like, she always does her story times when she does her makeup. Yes, because that's the best time to talk to you guys. So, and it's like I'm killing two birds with one stone, you know, because I'm getting ready, but at the same time, I'm getting a video. At the same time, beating my face. So why not? And we're going to start off this video the same way we always start off this video is, I am not a makeup artist. So what you're not going to do is judge me. Okay? So yeah. Now, if you know me, and maybe one day I'll talk about this, but if you know me, you would know that I was technically not allowed to date until I was 22, right? Like my mom is a pastor, and I would like to think that her rules had a lot to do with her being a pastor, but I promise you, like, it's really more than her just being a pastor. Like, that's just the way my mom is built. Like, she believes in timing and all that type of stuff or whatever, maturity and whatever. So like, she was always like, yo, Nadia, like, I have no problem with you getting a boyfriend, but it's less about your age. It's less about you. It's less about you know, like, where you're at in life, and it's more about like who you are as a person. Are you mature enough? Are you well-rounded? Like, it's not just get good grades and, oh, you can have a boyfriend, or as soon as you turn 18, you know. It's more so a combination of things. Like, you have built some kind of foundation for who you are. You have a certain self-esteem, like basically making sure that I'm emotionally and mentally prepared for a relationship, which I understand now, but I did not understand that. So the girl had a lot of boyfriends. But yeah, so I started dating or whatever, and technically this guy would be the first guy that I dated, like after my mother made the because she made a public announcement that I'm allowed to date, and because she was always making public announcements that I was not. And so this guy would technically be the first guy that I dated after. And it's so crazy because like okay, so basically I met him on Instagram, right? Now I know what you're thinking. Not supposed to meet these men on Instagram. But I met him on Instagram, and he hit me up or whatever. Like he hit me up in the DMs, like, oh, this, that, boop, boop, boop. Ooh, I don't want to tell y'all because it was corny, and you know, like I like corny stuff, so it's just like whatever. And he hit me up or whatever, and this was before I actually started dating him. So let's just rewind. Let's just rewind back to maybe a year before I actually dated him. Like he hit me up, we was talking a little bit or whatever, and then he told me he played soccer, and he asked me to come to his game. But like I was always a scaredy cat just because of things that happened before in my life, and then that was just naturally part of my personality. So I was always a scaredy cat, and he told me to come to his game. So okay, I asked him about the game or whatever. He tells me the game is at 9 p.m. So I don't know nothing about sports. I don't go to games. I don't know nothing. So I'm just like, a game at 9 p.m. He's trying to kidnap me. And I basically just flopped on it because I was so scared. And you know, it's crazy. My little niece, she was telling me like, just go live your life, go. But I didn't go because I was like, I'm not trying to go die. Like, for y'all to hear about me on the news after. No. So he texted me or whatever. We started talking again. Now, this is a year after that whole thing happened, right? So he's like, oh, we talking or whatever. He seems cool. He seems nice. Now, from his pictures or whatever, I'm like, he's all right. He's not really my type. I don't, I'm not sure if I really, feel attracted to him or whatever, right? But we gonna shed more on that when moving forward. So he asked me to see me, right? So I'm like, okay. Now I'm a girl that real talk, like if I know we're not sure yet about whether we like each other, I legit like won't set up an official date. Like that's just the understanding part of me, because honestly, like I just don't want, if you don't like me, I just don't want you to have to spend your money on me. Yeah, so I told him, I was like, oh, I'm going out, because I ended up meeting with my friend that day too. So yeah, I told him I was like, okay, I'll meet up with you after or whatever, right? So I told him, I was like, just tell me where you live, I'll pull up on you or whatever, and we could talk, because it's summertime. Like I pull up on you and we can talk. Like we don't gotta go nowhere, whatever. I can come right there, we can stand right there, talk a little 20 minutes or whatever. If I realize that you're not a killer, I'll let you in the car. I can't tell y'all all the details, but it's whatever. Like so I go there after, and I see him. Now he wasn't home, so he pulled up behind me, right? So he pulled up in his car, a nice little car, cute little car. Like, I'm not materialistic, but it was a good look. Like, I was like, So I'm thinking like, okay, whatever, he got a nice car, but you know, he ain't that cute, so I ain't gonna be here that long. But he steps out, I see him. I'm like, like, woo! He come out the car with us. I'm like, like, hmm, hmm. Nice little buttery skin, smooth red thing, right? So I like, you know that Pop Smoke song, like, oh, light skin, yellow, like, you know, that was him, light skin, yellow. You know who I always tell people who he looked like when people ask me who he looked like. He looks like Ghost from Power. And I'm not even. I put that on my mommy. He looks like Ghost from Power, like. So I'm sitting there. Well, I'm standing there, like, dang, wow. I really left this man on scene for a year. Like, oh, if I knew I was leaving you, honey, baby. Oh, I wouldn't have done that, baby. As soon as he came up to the car, he was like, "Hello, what going?" Because he's from Trinidad too, so he's like, "Oh, what going on?" Talking thing. I'm like, He like that. It was a vibe. It was so much of a vibe that not the day after, but the day after that. Like, so say if we met on a Monday, the Wednesday we both called out of work to spend the day together. Now, after that, whatever, we started talking heavy, right? When I say heavy, I mean heavy. We talking every day. We trying to see each other like every day. He's coming to see me. I'm going to see him. Like, that's how heavy it was. We go out to a lounge or whatever to chill, have some drinks or whatever. I told him about this spot that I knew. We went. So he was like, "Oh, do you talk to other people?" And at the time, I was talking to other people because I'm dating. Like, I didn't think that we were like a thing. He comes up in front of me and he was like, "Oh, you're not gonna be talking to none of them. We're together, right?" So I'm like, on the outside, I'm like, "Excuse me, who you talking to?" But on this side, I'm like, woo. Now he had a kid, right? And my mom was like, "It's whatever." Like, she's like, like, if you had a kid, I wouldn't want nobody to not date you because you had a kid. Like, it's not about if the kid is not really an issue. We want to find out about other stuff, whatever. The thing about him is, he told me that he needed to go to do a job, like, because he was a supervisor. Sometimes his job send him to other states to do different stuff, send him out of town or whatever. I mean, if that was the truth, we really don't know. The job said we gotta go to Maryland. We got a contract out there. I gotta be out there for a week, right? Next thing you know, it's like he's still there. He's still there. Like, he in Maryland, but he coming up for the weekend. Now I'm thinking all of this through because I'm saying, okay, you got a kid. You supposedly live out here, but you're constantly in Maryland all week. And then when you come back from Maryland, you spend the weekends with me. So either you're a bad dad or you seeing your kid unbeknownst to me. And I started bringing it up to him, like, like, what's going on? Like, if a job gives you a contract, because my brother does that type of work. My mom's first husband used to do that type of work. Like, so if you do get a contract to do a job, they give you the contract to do the job and the contract ends. Now, when the contract ends, if the job is not done, they could either renew the contract and give you a new end date. It's basically, you don't start a job without an end date. And he was always telling me, like, "Oh, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know." You don't know. Because this is around the time, too, my mom is like, "Oh, you seeing him a lot. Like, I really think you should bring him." to meet me, and you know, I was like, yo. So I'm telling her, I'm like, yo, I'm not bringing nobody to you if I know like they're gonna have me looking crazy. You know what I mean? Like, I'm dating, yes, but to me, to bring somebody to meet my mother or my family or whatever, like if I'm doing that, that means I trust you to not make me look like a fool. And I just wasn't there with him yet because I had so much doubt about all that other stuff with the stuff and things like that. So I used to be telling him like, you know, what are you doing? Like, when are you coming back? What is the date? What's this? What's that? And I used to bother him about it, but he never. He used to just be getting upset, like what do you want me to do? Like this is the job or whatever. Like, so I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. I stopped bothering him about it because, oh my God, one, he's so fine. Like, oh Lord, like why would I want to start trouble if there's no trouble? And two, it was just like I was trying my best because I had so many other relationships that was horrible or whatever, and I do have a habit of running out of relationships that are good for me. And me and my mom had that talk before I started talking to him. It was just like with him, it was the first guy that I was actually trying with. Like honestly, there's no way that he probably would have been my boyfriend before if I didn't have that conversation with my mom. Like, you know, I need to stop running away from potential men that I could be with or whatever, thing. And it started to turn into like more arguments and more arguments and more arguments. I won't hear from him during the week, like only on the weekend. I started to get very suspicious. My little brother, I got him to follow him on Instagram or whatever because he didn't know who my little brother was. And like I just was like spying on him and all that type of stuff. Like, I broke up with him and then I was like, you know what? I'm done with you. Like, don't touch my phone, don't call me, don't have nothing to say to me because it don't make no sense to me why you think. So then after that, you know, I was like, you know what, Noria, you have to like be sure. Like, don't just end something because you're not sure. Like, maybe he's just being like stupid and maybe he's actually not cheating, right? The same stuff started happening again. Like, I'm not hearing from you. You telling me this about the job, then you would tell me like one time he came for the weekend. He was like, okay, we're gonna spend the weekend together because we hadn't seen each other in like a while. And he was like, we're gonna spend the weekend together, right? So he comes up the Friday, we spend the Saturday together, we have a great time. We leave each other the Saturday and he says, okay, I have a game tomorrow and I want you to come to the game and then after that we can go do something, right? I'm like, cool. The next day come, hours is flying by, time is flying by. I'm not hearing from him. No, I'm mad again, whatever. I'm like, you know what? Cool. I started just saying cool for everything. I just put a smile on my face. I was like, all right, whatever, cool. No problem. He say this, he can't talk. Cool, okay. He said he's going away. Cool, okay. So I came across this thing where you can get a private investigator report on people or whatever if you think your boyfriend is cheating. And I always looked at them stuff. I'm like, these girls are stupid. Like, if you gotta do that, then you already know what it is. Like, you know. But little did I know it would be me right on one of them websites. So I'm like, wow. So I go on the website now. It wasn't a lot of money. I think I paid like $15-20. And I got the report, right? Now, this report is giving me his addresses, whatever public information is on him, right? And the thing about it is that I talked to him and I asked him a lot of questions, but he wasn't really, you can never really keep up with all the lies you tell, you know? You really can't. So, one time, he has a tattoo like right on his chest or whatever. And one time, I asked him, I was like, you know, whose name is that? And then he said it's his parents' name, right? So I'm like, okay. I was like, that's one of your parents' name, that's your mom's name, your dad's name. He said that's his two parents' name. That's the both joined together, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. But then one time we was talking about his family, and he was saying like mad at people in his family got the same name, and he was saying how his mom had the same name as her sister-in-law or whatever thing. So I'm like, what's the sister-in-law name? Then he told me, I'm like, in my mind I'm like, that don't match your chest, that's not the name on your chest, and whatever. So all these little doubts came to life or whatever, and I got the report. Shorty doo-wop had an address in the place that he told me that he was getting jobs at. So let's say he said his job sent him to Maryland. He had an address in Maryland, right? Secondly, on top of that, one of his phone bills had the name on his chest, right? And then I searched that person up. I got a report on that person too. So when I searched the person up, it was some woman or whatever, and you know, she was around his age. So I'm like, and they got a phone bill together. But I'm like, okay, so you know, in Trinidad they have something called common law marriage, right? Yeah, so you know how Trinidad parents be like common law marriage or whatever thing. So I basically put together that that's what he was in. Like, he was with somebody, and I calculated that it was his baby mom. Like, so when I put all that together, basically he had a family in the other state, and basically he met me, and I was the person that he was seeing on the side. Now you're thinking like, oh, girl, what did you do? I didn't do nothing. Like, what? Bye. That's it. Text him simply, okay, I'm not doing this no more with you. It's done between us. That's it, or whatever. I never felt the need to tell him like, oh, that's how you're gonna do me or whatever, or I know you got other women. Like, women who confront men about other women, they do that because they want to stay with that man. I don't want to stay with you. I don't want to build anything with you. I don't want a future with you. So why do I need to go over something that's not necessary? You know what I mean? Like, I felt like me going up to him and saying like, oh, so you got a girl, whatever, that's saying to him that, oh, I still want to be with you. You know, when you're just trying so hard, like people always tell me, Nadia, like, you don't give these men a chance or whatever, thing. So I'm trying, like, you know, and he just happened to be the first guy that fell into my lap. So I was trying with him, you know, trying to be open and have a relationship without seeing the bad in somebody and stuff like that. I never thought I was the crazy type until I got with him. Like, he really made me crazy, because honestly, it's like, and you get it now. Like, you know, we talk a lot about women who do these kind of stuff, but we don't realize, like, once you're putting energy into something and effort, and you're sacrificing for something, like, you really want it to work, and you really want to be sure when you're walking away from something that you're walking away for the right reasons. You know, I had an ex one time. I used to drive past his house and stuff like that just to see like if he was what he was doing or whatever. And I'm not crazy, I promise y'all, but that's just something that I did, like, and that's why I could relate to women who do those things. Like, don't ever say never. Don't ever count yourself out and act like it. Oh, it would never be me. It won't happen to me. You would never see me out here with these men. Oh, I would never. Sis, I would never. Sis, get you somebody you really like, and then let's talk about it after. He hit me up like a couple times after that, ever so often, periodically, just like, oh, are we serious? Are we really not, you know, are we not trying or whatever? And I was just like, look at this bold face, yo. But you know, I ended up walking away from that, and you know, I'm proud of myself for it, because there was a time in my life where I probably wouldn't have walked away from that. Like, I would have just been like, I would have just told him about it, and you know, probably made a scene, and you know, caused a scene about it and things like that, or and stayed with him. I love myself enough to choose the right things and not gravitate towards things that's not good for me, and not accept treatment that is anything less than queen treatment, you know? So I've learned to do that, and it made walking away from that situation, you know, a lot easier, because I realized my worth and what I deserve. And like, come on, like, I have a lot to offer. It don't make no sense to let no man treat you like you are nothing. And I think that's why, I mean, if you follow my poetry page, which is called Convos with the Notebook, there's a lot of my poetry is about being a woman scorned, or being a woman on the side, and this idea of the side chick. And it's not always that when I was with the man he was cheating on me, but there was always this aura like of being treated like a side dish, because like, even if a man could treat you like a side chick and you be his only chick. So it was like this aura and stuff like that. And I started working on this poetry visual piece, and it's called Ode to Side Chick, because it was like so many times where you get with somebody and it's just like a quick flare, or you know, somebody's treating you like a option when you should be a priority, and somebody who is just, you know, giving you the bare minimum and you're accepting that. And there's so many situations, I don't have enough fingers to count those situations that I've been in. So it was just like, what I really want you guys to get from this story time is like, okay, yes, it was a good story time. Oh, we found out something about Naughty, she's crazy. Yes, but at the same time, it's just like, don't ever, if you ever find yourself in a situation where someone is not treating you according to your worth and according to your value, like, don't be scared to walk away from that, you know? And don't ever, you know, to all my ladies who who do these things on a regular basis, anybody who makes you feel like you have to be like that is not good for you. They're not serving you, you know? I realized, whether or not I found out he was cheating, the fact that I was in that state to say like, this is what I want to do, and I want to get this report and stuff like that, that's not serving you, you know? So if you're in that situation where you're doing this with your boyfriend or your girlfriend, then you really need to think about it. Like, okay, yes, you may find out that they're not cheating, but do you want to be doing this forever? Like, do you want to be constantly worried about what the person you're with is doing? No, you don't. You really don't. So don't settle for that, because there is somebody who is not going to make you doubt them, and who is going to, you know, provide honesty and security in the relationship. So don't settle for uncertainty, and don't settle for having to be questioning, you know? You want clarity. You want a love that serves you, and that is so possible. There's so many people out here willing to give it to you, and don't settle for less from anybody else. With that said, I definitely want to just let you guys to know that my poetry album will be coming soon, and it's really a part of me. I share my heart, you know. Each piece is about something real in my life. You could even say that they're about the different people that I've been with. So really look out for it, because it's coming. It's called Ode to Side Chick. I'll be making a trailer soon, and I really think that you would like it. The poem on my channel called Please Don't Remember Me, that is part of the Ode to Side Chick piece and visual album, so I know you guys are gonna enjoy it, and I hope you enjoyed this story time. So thank you for watching, and thank you for being on my channel. Make sure to turn on your post notifications so you get that notification every time I post a video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Santa baby, hurry down the chimney tonight.
Get ready for an experience. This is Ode to Side Chick.
Don't move.
Dear men,